Okay, there was this press release that the commission issued where you were speaking about getting information that some political leaders were asking members to disregard the use of the permanent voter cards and the smart card readers. The press release also went on to say that there was a particular governor in the northern part of the country. What's with all that story?
Yeah, thank you, Chamberlain. You see, we got the report that the governor went on the state media and told people. Well, we were specific enough about the governor. We didn't mention names because we don't want to degenerate into name calling. But I think it's fairly clear where it's coming from. Went on the state media to say people who have not gotten their card, their permanent voter card, should just come out all the same with their temporary voter card, and INEC will dare not stop them from voting. And that, and since of course temporary voter cards do not work with the card readers, it will not be possible for INEC to insist on the use of card readers. And the commission feels that honestly is a dangerous advice because it portends disruption of the voting process. And disruption of the voting process is an electoral offense. Because you can imagine what it will be. You can envisage how it will play out. If people come out tomorrow with temporary voter card and insist on wanting to vote. I mean, it's dreadful to even imagine. So it is better for people to be well guided that is a very dangerous advice that should not be heeded. And if anybody acts on such an advice, such a person will be doing so at the risk of coming into collision with the law, and the law will take its course.
What are you doing about the risk reports that you've gotten concerning both the voters on the one hand and your staff on the second?
The risk reports, as in, I don't get that.
Yes, I know that when we had the presidential elections, there were reports that got to your office concerning flashpoints, people whose lives were threatened, even including your staff. Yeah. What are you doing for their safety this time around?
Oh, sure. The commission has been working with security agencies to make ready for all those areas where there are fears that there could be outbreak of or there could be threat to the peace, and that is the whole point of the risk mapping that has been done. The security agencies have done their own risk mapping. INEC on its own, we have this tool, the ERM tool, election risk management tool, that we have deployed since Osho elections, which enables us to map the constituencies into the security, the rate or level of security threats that exist in those constituencies, and we make that mapping available to security agencies to also help them in preparing or planning their operational orders. So, and generally speaking, this has been effective because if you look at the level of the breach of the peace that we have experienced, compared to what could have been, honestly, it has been minimal, and we want to believe that we will have a situation where even the little breaches that we have will be prevented during the elections tomorrow.
You know, during the last elections, about a week ago, that's the presidential elections, I got a report from one of the polling booths, polling units in Lagos here, and the machines just didn't work, and he was curious because of the cards that I use, that will be the SIM cards that I use inside. He was suggesting that if it is not charged, maybe he can go quickly get a recharge card and recharge it. Will that work?
No, it won't. You see, yeah, again, we must admit that some things needed to have been done better, even on March 28th. And part of it, for instance, is the charging of the batteries. By design, when the batteries of the card reader is fully charged, it will work for 12 hours continuously. That is when it's fully charged. The accreditation is just for 5 hours. And the battery is designed to be effective for 12 hours while working continuously. When you don't use it continuously, it hibernates. So it has a prolonged life. But when it is used continuously, it should be able to last 12 hours. So the need for recharging does not arise. And then we also have spare batteries that we have provided and deployed, such that if there's actually a problem of battery issue, you can replace the battery. Yeah, but it's agreed that in some areas these batteries were not fully charged, and that is part of the things that has been done since in these past 2 weeks to provide guidelines on how to ensure that the batteries are fully charged before the device is deployed.